Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Welcome, people. Hello.
How are you, terrible bastards?
We didn't have technical issues. Skype is acting up again.
Skype is a fucking piece of shite. Oh, sweet zombie Jesus.
It's like it's taken leave and going on a cruise.
Oh, it's like it's a cunt.
Yeah. Hello, Denley, Orinoco, Crispin. Long time
I
no
know
see. Doc,
some of
Denigan,
those
Demon,
people.
Sup.
All
Dr.
of those
Thank
people.
you for the sub. James Cats. Dutch.
Jam.
Ewok Kebab. Hazy boy. Hello.
I need
Hope
to,
you're all feeling well.
because I was watching Dr. Faust this morning.
Oh,
My
I
brother-
missed him.
My brother sent me a message going, "How's your holiday?" And I went, "I'm not on holiday, you can't. I'm working." I sent Mum down to you so she wasn't here during the 12th. And I can hear, by the way, if anybody in the House of Water, #BestHouse, heard the bands playing over Marco's video at Soaps, the cunts are just up the road here. So they might get a point where you can't hear me because of some drum bashing bell ends outside my window. So, yeah, that's not happening. Anyway.
Actually, when you was it on the weekend or on the XLBS where you talked that Justin was?
Oh, Justin loves the marching. Can't get enough of the marching.
Was it the XLBS? I think it was XLBS. I actually had to look up what that meant because I had no clue, and then I seen it and I oops.
That's so good. It's so good. Because Justin has no sense of humor. Because obviously, neither him nor me would be out marching. We kick with the other foot. But ever since I first knew him, way back in the past, when I was just a randomer who went to boot camps, I remember he sneezed one day, and I went, "Bless you," and he went, "Don't. I'm an atheist." And I was
Seriously?
going, "Yes," and I just went,
Oh God.
"So am I, but I'm not a cunt about it." Anyway, so yeah. So the minute when he was out marching, that was great.
Ooh. Yeah, he went off like a little rocket.
Oh, I wasn't just upset because they kicked him from his pride march. He has no pride. He's a slag. A slag. Anyway, have you been?
Oh, I think I'm doing great. As usual, when I'm starting to tell people I'm going on leave for the next 3 weeks, suddenly all things crop up that need to be done now and before my leave.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it is.
I, on the other hand, have got around that by not having leave. I'm just, as I was saying to somebody yesterday, who was I saying? Fucking Alessio Cavatore. I was going to him going, "Yep, no, the next 2 months, just horseshit for me. I'm sitting here, here's July, and I've just got every week I've got to do something until we get to September. And then by that stage, hopefully I'll have carved through the layers and I'll actually have some time off. That'd be fucking amazing. I'd love that. By the way, Alessio, I'll speak to you soon about Bold Action 3. Bye." Because I wasn't even speaking to him about that. I was talking to him about something else.
Crispin is in a time of need and doesn't have any electricity at home. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I was going to ask Crispin because I seen like 4 confirmed dead from that hurricane in Texas. That must have been an absolutely brutal one.
Hope your family is safe.
7
dead.
up to 7.
Oh.
I've not seen the news in a few hours, mate. So
Jeez.
as long as you and yours are okay, fuck everybody else. And remember, if needs be, you can eat the neighbors. Just saying.
Eat the rich.
I wouldn't even care about the rich. At this stage, it's survival of the fittest. Fuck them. You're Mexican. I'm sure you can do something like fajitas or something. I don't know. Neighbor tacos.
That your friendly neighborhood taco, is that because it's a friendly neighborhood or because it's made of friendly neighbors?
Both.
Oh, grand. Well, we're not here to discuss other people's misery. In that case, we would be talking about football, I think.
I mean, not yet, not until tomorrow.
I'm
People are going to miss tomorrow.
I'm
Oh, what a terrible
already
shame. Maybe I'll
so
just stream
happy.
myself in the bar.
I'm so happy it's gone so quiet all of a sudden. Nobody's driving around with their flags on cars anymore.
Is that because the Turks have been put out?
Uh,
Because it's mostly been the Turks in Germany and the Netherlands. Everywhere I look, it's the Turks blowing horns. As one Dutch person said, "Thank fuck you've shut up with your horns now, cunts." But he did it with like a lion killing a wolf as a cartoon, so therefore it was funny in a meme rather than just being. You know,
I was referring to all those people having the German flag plastered over their cars, suddenly gone blank again.
I don't mind the German people in Germany having their flags over their cars. We have that here as well. It's the sheer volume of Turks in different countries who apparently have decided their country is Turkey, and you can tell it's Turkey by the fact that they're not in Turkey or something. It's not. Do you pronounce it Turkey still? Turkeke, Turducken, Turkmenistan, Leshin.
You lost me.
A hooker bit your tongue off.
Do you not know? There are massive Turkish communities in Germany and in the Netherlands who have gone absolutely batshit insane every time Turkey's won a game. So up until the Dutch put them out, they were up to, it's like, we win a game, we're just going to go out in the streets, drive our cars round and round in circles while blowing the horns until fuck o'clock in the morning. And then, because it's fuck o'clock in the morning, we'll just keep going till the sun comes up.
I haven't had those here in a long time.
No.
Nope.
Lucky bastards. I bet Cheesy knows. You're not supposed to call it Turkey because it sounds too much like Turkey. Well, can we rename Turkey Turkeke or whatever the fuck it's called now? Just change the name of the bird.
Yeah,
to
call it
their country out of badness.
It's the gobble chicken.
That'll be more fun this way. They changed the pronunciation to Turkey. Yeah, but it's pronounced the same though, isn't it? Mystery meat works as well, Orinoco. Turkey, as opposed to Turkey.
Turkey?
Turkey.
I don't know.
I know some people call it Indian chicken, except in India where it's called the French chicken. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, we're not going to start discussing food
the
names.
Nomenclature of large fat-assed birds, full of the fat-assedness.
It even gets worse if you start asking people in Germany what a Berliner is, because if you ask people around here, it's a fist-sized baked good filled with jam and covered in sugar. If you go to Berlin, it's a pancake.
Yes, that. It's a pancake.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You're so fucking wrong. It hurts me how wrong you are.
Yeah, let's look at other people's project instead. I think that's more what people are here for today. I hope not only for the banter, the happy ones.
Banter, you say? It's my reputation. Do you want me to give them a link then? Is that what you're saying?
Roll the pancake up and it's a fuckhole.
I've not even got around to the point where I have to decide between my beers. So.
I thought you were on coffee today.
No, that was Jameson's Stout edition. I just couldn't be arsed putting it in their glass. I'm just drinking it from a mug.
Okay. My bad. I'm
a raging alcoholic. This is from Renegade Brewery. It's the Brewski Peach Lager, but what appears to be Chewbacca going skiing on the... Can you see that?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Happy little face. Yeah. He's got ski poles and stuff. So that's one. It's peach lager. He's got peach in the other hand, by the way. That's how you know it's a peach lager. Or
this section of the show is called the jerry can.
Hey, I'll point out downstairs in the fridge are a load of things like we're on a list, no blasters, stop looking at me, and when the seagulls follow the trawler. So those are 4 beers I have. You can decide where the pauses come in those. My other one is Tonka Dreams, which is a Tonka-based stout. We know what I think about Tonka stouts. I've not had a great one in a long time, but this is from the Mourne Mountains, so home and County Down and Dunnaboo. So I can only imagine it's amazing. Best of the show at the Wee County Brewers Red, White and Brew Fest 2023. This is only 6.8%. What are you? 4.1%.
That's almost no alcohol.
Yeah, it's like they're both like fruit juice. Fuck it, I'm having the Tonka. No, if I have the Tonka, the Tonka is very heavy, and I feel like it would overwhelm the peachness of my brewski. I'll have the brewski first.
The Tonka is overwhelming the
Yeah,
pitch.
no, it is though. It is. Yeah, I don't want to mask. I don't want to cloud the peach later on by just having a stouty Tonka taste.
They should do a previous spirit selection called Han Solo shots first.
I would not be. I would not be at all surprised if there was.
Yeah, and they need to be green.
Why would they be green?
Because he got shot.
Oh my god, that's like my Wii's fucking darker color than that. Ooh, it is. It's like it's so yellow.
That's very see-through.
Isn't it though? Well, I mean, it's super see-through there whenever I turn around from it, but it's like it's so crisp.
It looks like lemonade. Also.
It is, yeah. Well, I mean, it's only 4.1%, so it is lemonade.
Right. Skull.
Sláinte. Not getting the peach. Oh, I am getting the peach. Ooh.
Secret Life of Peach.
Where were we? What were we doing?
I think we were about
Hobby.
Stuff.
Let's look at Hobby.
That's it.
Tesco's instant
Did
coffee
I
here.
miss a link, or did you go from the other side up?
I don't think so.
Yes, you are on the lower end of the spectrum. No worries. I can manage. There it is. See.
No, seriously.
Holly!
That's really weird.
Holly
Okay.
is doing... Yeah, if you're on Windows 11, that might be the reason.
Shouldn't be. I will assume after this one we'll be right with the rest of them, because I did cut and paste the other one, but it didn't. Anyway, this was going to be our, oh my god, look at this, Holly's back finale, but it's not an oh my god, look at this, Holly's back finale. We're starting with it. Oh my god, Holly's back.
Hello, Holly.
Hi, Holly. Great saying hello to you at UKG. Like ships in the night, because I bumped into her and the family on the way past, where I was told there were games afoot and projects in my future. Anyway.
Be still my beating heart. Maybe even battle reports?
I imagine so, because they are for a game that Holly is designing. But yes, 100% Damon. This is Hull Bonner in 3D. His big Minotaur. Courtesy of Temple of the West or Journeyman Miniatures, depending whether you're in the US or the EU. It's an absolutely gorgeous model, and I'm going to congratulate myself for finding it and bringing it to people's attention. Well done, me. But right off the bat, there's the best use for a GW miniature I've ever seen. Step 1, buy the GW miniature.
Step 2, get rid of the miniature and just use the base.
Fuck it away and use the base. Isn't it?
Nobody saw that one coming.
We all fucking saw that one coming, and it's an amazing way to do it.
I'm guessing this is the Games Workshop miniature that got rid of the base.
Yes. You can do something else with that. You can sell it to an idiot on eBay or something. I don't know.
Hold on to it for 2 years until it's out of production, and then sell it for even more
recoup
money.
your money. Yes, good plan. If people are unaware of the artwork, I did mean to bring this up.
Didn't she include that at one point?
I thought she had at the very start, but I drink a lot. Oh, there we go. Thank God for that. No, the artwork. The card's all well and good, but the Minotaur is based on Paul Bonner's artwork. There you go. Yeah. It wasn't book cover originally. It was specifically artwork. But then when he did that book, that went on the front cover. So you can see there what she's attempting to replicate. So the doorway in the background, overgrown, the rune steps going down, and then sort of the tumbled pillars and stuff are just there as a bit more expansive.
The chains and the weird miniatures in the background.
Yes. That.
Yeah, I can see where this is going.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll stop that now. Anyway. So I'd be fascinated to see where things go. Obviously, there are little Bonnerisms / Rackamisms, because I don't know whether it was Rackham asked for them on the painting or whether Paul did them on the painting and then Rackham used them in a lot of their designs. But things like the hinges on the door are very noticeable in his artwork. They have this weird serpentine. They're not a straight set of door hinges. They're like they're odd as fuck. It's the best way I can find to put it. In fact, I will give you a picture of how odd as fuck they are. If I open that in a new image and then I go in here, now somebody has done this as a large scale miniature, but you see there, yeah, the swirly curliness, and that image that I've put in, somebody's taken it to the nth degree. So I don't know if Holly's going to go and exaggerate the hinges on the doors to make them more resembling the art in the book. And then also you've got a really nice color palette behind the Minotaur as well, if you're going to do that, with the sort of greenish blue brown going on, which is a nice contrast to the...
Looks like somebody went mental while smithing the hinges.
Yes. I mean, clearly they were an artistic interpretation of something. We can't be certain what.
Binding runes.
That would ruin your door. You really should pick up his art. Oh, God, yeah. He answered me in a question the other day. It was magical. Oh, no. I'm never going to wash my internet again.
Like the internet ever had need of being cleaned.
Of course it does.
It's ones and zeros. It can't be. It doesn't get more hygienic.
Nope, that is 100% correct. Close that. Then we put you over there. But yeah, so things like the Zealot miniature pillars that have fallen over, and presumably the rest will just become rubble, ruins, and overgrown vegetation, sort of coming up and around. But I'm curious to see where it goes. Oh my Christ! Fuck me! There's the equalizer for Spain. Get in there, you little bastard. Sorry, I mean... That was fucking amazeballs. He's 16. I'm wearing pants older than him. What do you mean, foot curses? Shut up, cheesy. You go fuck yourself, Mbappe. You can complain to the referee all you want. There's a kid half your age who's just fucking scored. So yes, Holly back. Hi, Holly. And a Rackham Bonner Minotaur. It's all going to be good. All good and hood. That was a fucking amazing, Hazy.
Oh, do you want to hear a terrible fact of my room today?
Yes.
We are currently at 25.7 degrees Celsius.
Oh my Jesus Christ! Quickly, let's get through this. I can hammer through these in no time. Don't you worry. We'll be done with this in the tightly scripted half hour. Quickly, people, go to the next one. Go, go, go.
Yay! Panzer of the Lake, which is dried up.
Yeah. So, as I discovered the other day, anybody who does anything for World War II that isn't summer outfits in Western Europe is a fuckwit. I think that's what I took away from all the people in the Weekender.
I've
I'm
seen
pretty sure that's 100% what I took away from that. Whenever they were
I've
going, why are
seen
they doing
that
winter uniforms?
discussion.
This is outrageous. Why would they do Filshmaker? This is terrible for a new player coming in, buying that. This is utterly garbage. So, I mean,
Oh,
Piers, I hope he's got a long enough extension to get his toaster to his bath. Because, quite frankly, doing anything in the desert is fucking beyond retardation. He's done it. So I don't think he realizes just how, how little Africa there is in Western Europe. I have no fucking sympathy at all for that comment thread, to be brutally honest.
I'm actually not sure who went wrong at what diversion, but
Somebody
it's just
started off going, "Why have they chose to do winter? It's pointless. It's no good for new players." And I went, "Well, half of the year is winter, so half of the war was winter." Then people go, "Oh, but they didn't fight all the time in winter." So just a fucking and I came very close to going, "Oh, I didn't realize that they went home for the winter from the war." All of a sudden, all these cunts walking about on Remembrance Sunday, and they're going, "Really, they only did fucking 6 months work in a year. The rest of the time they were at home because it was too cold to fight." Oh, they did stay there during the winter. You tell me? All right, okay. So yeah, no, the consensus was, why do these things in winter outfits? Why are they not doing more Western Europe stuff? And my response was, they already fucking exist and have done for about 10 years. If you don't want the
yeah.
winter box, don't buy the fucking winter box. Just go ahead and buy the canting Western Europe plastics that you fucking want to. And the rule book. You bell ends.
So, some people seem to have made themselves life more miserable than it needs to be by
Boats.
just seeing problems where there just aren't any.
Oh, no, well, clearly there are problems because the war only existed in the summer in Western Europe, and everything outside of that. I mean, it's
It
not
it
even worth.
was a very small portion of France where everybody
Yeah, it's not.
converged.
It's not even worthwhile mentioning them. Really, really, did those people even fight and die? I mean, I know some countries have said things like they have war dead in Burma and they were heroes, but really, it sounds like they were just making a bridge for a train. It sounds more like Lloyd. That's not really. I mean, the fuck. 2-1. Fuck my hat. What a turnaround. Fuck you, Fred. Oh. Anyway, so yes. Um, the important thing here is Piers has been absolutely churning out fuckload of stuff in 20 mil again. As you can see, his punny goes down through it.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. I
Yeah.
don't know where.
I mean, there are obviously in there's a Normandy British platoon, so at least he can use that. Because at least it's, Western Europe and in the summer. Um, but then he's got things like British Red Caps. I mean, what's the point in them? They were never involved in the war. And why would you even paint one?
And yes, Piers is indeed a talented and also potentially
Oh no, he's painted some winter American troops in greatcoats there. I mean, they're pointless. Why would you do that? Oh, oh,
winter yanks. Oh no.
oh
And
no.
he missed doing yellow snow. Oh
He
no.
did. This is very true. So yeah, I mean, if people haven't been in this thread before, then presumably they've not been here for long because we visit this once every few months. We could visit it literally every week because there's always something there to Bally as you're as blind as a fucking Christ the bike. Anyway, I was like David Blunkett. Yeah, we could visit this every week, but I think it's probably best to just pop into Piers every couple of months and catch up with what he's been up to. I mean, look at that. Even that's gorgeous. And that is what I call a gaming table.
Yep.
It looks good, but it's playable. Long may it last. There's lovely packaging. Hi, Jill.
Hello, Jill. Shelves.
Yeah, shells. No, we got fancy new webcams for like the Weekender and stuff,
Yep.
which have got a really good resolution on them. And then I was told to set the manual focus so it blurs everything that's behind me. And then Lloyd spent a lot of time trying to work out if he could darken the background enough that you couldn't see what was back here. But after about half an hour, he realized that my room's too small and we couldn't darken it so much that you could no longer see me. So there's still my shelves, which means people are still going to be trying to read what's on my shelves.
Well, people just need to
That's
go
the
back
briefs.
200 episodes of the Unofficial Hobby Hangout and just look at that footage.
Yes. I know, Matt.
Or just watch every episode of the Weekend and XLBS in chronological order, and at some point you always grab something from the
Grab
shelf,
something.
take note where it's going,
You try to work out what's behind me.
and after all episodes you have a inventory that you can then send to Jerry so he can find books he's missing.
I mean, I shouldn't be missing anything. Somebody did spot the fact that I had Tamarkan up there, that was a good spot. They didn't spot the fact that I had the Tapestry edition of Warhammer Fantasy Battles down there, but to be fair, that's not on camera. So, I mean, if they did spot that, I'd be a little bit concerned. Anyway,
Don't tell me that Mrs. Desi doesn't want you to advertise someone else's products.
to be fair, I don't think they know. To be brutally honest, they're not particularly good at advertising their own products. Maybe if I start playing some of their games and had them behind me, it would be something. I swear to God, this is true. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone I said that. So, you know how they're business daddy? So they own us. We are listed as influencers. So we get new releases at the same time they send them out to like British Legion or Elmere or, anybody else with a YouTube channel with like 50 subscribers. We don't get it any earlier. We have to be on a list with them. And then they look at us like we're some sort of cunts. Whenever we go, can we get that earlier? Because we're doing a theme week for you, because we are you. And they go, I suppose we could see maybe if we could send you a week earlier. You're going, or, a month earlier? We are essentially advertising your product. And again, we are you. You're influencers. We're not influencers. We're the media arm of your fucking company. How retarded are you? Are you a shoulder licker? Do you have shoulder lickers in Germany?
Yeah, we are bootlickers.
Oh, shoulder lickers are people who get the short bus to school and go.
Like cats.
Yeah, like cats. Could be cats. Anyway. So yes. Fuck Dan. I have absolutely no clue. None of us have a clue. We don't know what's going on. None of us know what's going on.
I mean,
the fact there are people in like America and Holland, who may get a product earlier than us because they're higher up the list of influencers because I can't remember what they're called. They're not war correspondents. That's Privateer Press or somebody else. Anyway, whoever the fuck they are, they've been influencing for longer than us for War Cradle. Therefore, they're betterer than us.
Well, to be fair, OTT doesn't themselves particularly have gone well with self-promotion merchandise.
Oh, we keep telling people to buy merch.
Yeah, if you were stuck something.
That's neither here nor there. I tell people to buy merch every week.
You can't tell people to buy something that's not existent.
Oh, Dan, that's going to happen any day now. Any day now. Demon, with any other company, we work very closely with them. For example, Parabellum are sending me the new Mahout Hazy Boy, the big porcelain fucking elephant, and the Disciples for the Sorcerer Kings. They're not due out until the end of the month. They should be with me in the next week, so that we can have them, paint them up, and use them in our army for the theme week, which we'll talk about at some point in the future, I'm sure. But they're not us. Therefore, they rely on things like doing a good job, whereas we are us, and therefore we don't need to send us the things that we have, because fuck us. Nation?
A hooker bit your tongue off.
I don't understand anything.
You might work closely with other studio companies, but only one person in the studio bothers to paint the miniatures.
In this case, John is painting the big Rakshasa for me right now, and I've seen the test photos from him, and I'm liking it. I'm just painting the other 1,500 points of army. That's, I'll do that, and then it's done.
Speaking of done, do we go on to the next?
Stuff. Other things. Don't worry about any of that. Yes, next. After that.
Next.
Sorry, I'm just...
Does it explain why Warcry games don't get much airtime after the brief excitement Warren had back when they first became daddy?
I mean, if they'd send us anything, Jill, probably. At this stage, though, because I have painted an entire Imperium fleet and a Crown fleet. Yeah, and then John painted a starter set, and Justin did some Enlightened. Yeah, we have stuff we could play games with. They don't seem overly keen on us doing anything.
No, Lloyd hasn't finished Rome yet, I think.
No, he has not indeed. It's still fucking sitting here, for fuck's sake. No, fucking, what's that, about 42 centimeters deep fucking MDF. Growing old. Count the rings. Anyway, where were we? Oh, have you been here? Oh, you may have been here more recently than me.
Mr. Horoishon also
Yes.
button.
But you've thinged things, but we've not been here because that was only the other day.
Yeah, but just things.
No. Anyway.
But I have been here previously. But I have thing to things, as you can see. So he's done Scully Bobs and large beasties.
Yes. So the Empire of Dust for the old world, as I believe the cool kids call it. He's been doing some of those. Proper 20mm squares, as you may notice. Now, those 20mm squares, I know you're all looking at those going, there's something not right there. And I was looking at those as well going, there's something not right there. Because they're clearly not GW 20mm squares, because they don't have the 3mm bevel at about 16 degrees. That's a very sheer edge on those. So he's obviously got those bases from somewhere else. But they're quite nice. That teal color is what we're going for the Sorcerer Kings. I've got my triad here that I'm going to be using from Army Painter, just in case people are wondering.
Yeah, and then he is
teal, purple, and orange.
A gigantuan Mac.
Yes, for Clan Ghost Bear as well. The not actually a bear. Oh no, or a ghost. But it's a big chunky fucker.
Yeah.
So
I think he said 125 millimeters in height.
But I like the fact that not only has he painted the Mad Cat in, it's probably 15mm, maybe 20mm scale at a push.
I'd say 20, roughly.
You know, we agreed to differ on that one.
Heroic
Anyway,
heroic 15.
yeah, 18mm. It's either heroic 15s or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, his friend says it's 10mm, but
it's not.
Yeah, I think it's bigger than 10, but I don't think it's as big as 25. Anyway, it's a big beast of a thing. I like the Ghost Bear camo pattern. So it's got that grey streaking on it, and then you've got like the very harsh angular blue camo over just parts, so like the gun casing, around the cockpit, around its groin, the important things that it wants to protect. That's true.
Yeah, every man knows that. It's the most important thing to protect.
Oh, Damon, I can't roll back and get them because there's like a strata behind me, and I need to get down like several layers of boxes. But I have a drawer that has a stack of the skeleton sprues, the original skeleton sprues before Camry came out, that I've still never got around to assembling. It's like 140 of the fuckers in there. Those particular skellies. But yeah, they are like absolute bricks. Maybe I should stick them on Fleabay. I could sell some of my shit round bases with them as well. GW fans would lap that up. Ooh, skeletons and round bases. Be still my beating heart. Oh, you've already moved on. Sorry.
You're not going to vomit, are you?
No.
Talking about round bases.
No. I'm made of sterner stuff than that. Hello, the lady. The unusual collection of miniatures. So these are, I want to say Reaper and stuff. So they're being used in this D&D campaign, but you've got shit like a flying carpet. I definitely have that. I've got that model crooking her finger, the dancing gypsy woman. The bones of a new army. I'll tell you what, it's the bones of an old army Zorg, because in the same drawer are 2 black coaches, one of which is still in the shrink wrap. And when I say black coach, I mean the original metal black coach, not that big plastic fucking monstrosity, but the nice metal one that goes on a 50 by 100 mil base, like a chariot should.
Shrink wrap, is it already shrinking more than the box is size, so it gets crushed?
No, it's just what they call
some of the plastics have started doing that. I've seen mint in box toys that have been shrink wrapped way back when, and the shrink wrap is shrinking continuously, crushing the inside.
Wow. I've never looked. I did find some bags in the roof loft the other day that were, that biodegradable one that they released ages ago, and people go, oh, they'll break down. And when I went to pick them up, they just like turned into confetti in my hand.
Dust
I'm going, ooh, they are biodegradable.
Yeah, I've tried using those for the kitty litter box. Bad idea. Because they start degrading before you're actually emptying the kitty litter box, and so you're just left with a half a bag and a lot of cat poo sitting around.
Good old cat poo. Go up, whoa. Clear that the fuck. No, he hasn't found him, has he? Shit.
Yeah, Horatio
there we go, up the park.
Is on a rampage again with painting stuff.
Don't score too many, Nico, because we want to buy you in the summer.
And yes. He also has threatened me with
give it to the child.
Giftmas.
Giftmas, yes. We should tell people about that. Tell the people about Giftmas.
Yeah, so Horatio is gifting stuff to the OTT crew and some selected individuals. And also there's a forum thread for Secret Satan 2024.
That's the one.
Go look it up and participate so everybody can share their pile of potential with other people. Lovely stuff. You can give away your round bases and...
So many fucking round bases in this house.
I actually don't have any round bases. It's worse. I at one point, hold on.
That is, I mean, if anybody gets their chance to get their hands on a peach lager Chewbacca beer from Renegade Brewery, do so. It's not like drinking beer at all.
At some point in
know your limits. The UK Chief Medical Officers recommend adults are safest to not regularly drink more than 14 units per week. Are you fucking kidding me?
Instead of bases, I once got from an arts and crafts store wood discs just for base replacements.
Yeah.
Dirt cheap.
And easy to cut into squares.
Yes.
Yeah, you just put a steel ruler over them and just go ahead and razor saw.
In tiny 14 millimeter size. So.
Yeah, Stephen. It's very refreshing. Oh, I wish I bought a few more of them. To be fair, once you've spent 50 quid on craft beer, you're going, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that's enough. Fuck me, they are expensive. I need to get a cheaper fucking addiction like cocaine. Let's get the old Tonka open here.
Well, you're on craft beer and miniatures. They're basically any hobby would be cheaper.
Oh, but I've saved money.
Oh.
I saved money this month. I don't know if anybody's seen the Crooked Dice fantasy miniatures that are coming out soon. Ben did a news article on them. And they're like multi-part guardsmen.
I think I saw that, yes.
And I looked at them and going, I own you. And I got very confused. I looked around some more. I went, no, I do. I own you. I went and found a box and opened it up, and there they were looking up at me. I'm going, yay!
But
so,
how can they be new if you already own them?
Because a lovely German man 6 years ago ran a Kickstarter for his fantasy game Strong Sword, written by Daniel Mersey, and contains kobolds fighting halflings. And as a stretch goal, he did some humans. And those are the humans. So I've got them in resin. And then the Crooked Dice must have bought the molds off Cave. You're not going to be able to say this because I left this up. This is going to disappear, isn't it? Yeah. Fuck you. Anyway, so I was looking at those, going, "Yep, own them, own him, own all of them, own them in fucking multiples." I went, "Ooh, the ogre isn't there." There's a really nice ogre done in the same style, carrying a massive boar spear two-handed. So I wonder if they got that as well. Not that it matters, because if they didn't, I own it. So right off the bat, I have saved myself whatever the cost of those models from Crooked Dice would be.
The Crooked Dice Fantasy Man-at-Arms.
Yep. Now, what I might do, we only wear... Down only goes saffron and black as like an away kit. And since no other county has red and black, I've only ever seen them playing saffron and black once in 40 years. But it is possible. Anyway, where were we?
On our way away from Horatio. I think the next one
Yes.
is...
Yes. The next one is this. I get you. Fuck me, you taskmaster.
Whip it real good. Yes, these aren't elves. We know Applemark.
Yes, this is, however, his Kings of War Elf Army blog, but...
well, he needs some opponents, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, he's got a son. Can't he do them? But in this case, he is. These are Mantic orcs, 3 regiments of. They can be put together. I mean, they're standard axe. I think he's done all 3 is axe, hasn't he? Yeah. None of them are
axe and axe.
Yeah, none of them are more axe or great axe, but they are all different color coded. With, I might just say, I particularly like the Swedish ones.
Swedish?
There's a set in blue and yellow, but they've all got hand-painted skulls on their shields.
Okay.
I think it may be a theme. You can just see it there on the back guy of that unit close to the bottom left. But there's another picture where you can see them all because he takes a picture from the inside. I also like the fact that the orcs are different colors. Yeah, so there's like red orcs, green orcs. So if you're going, what is the unit that has the blade of slashing? It's the red ones. What is the unit that has the mace of crushing? It's the greenskins. You know, easy to identify. And a nice change of pace from doing nothing but racists. No, not misspell that, mate. Why the fuck would I have that in a flag? I'm from the mountains of Mourne, mate. County Down all the way. And Dunnaboo. And Dunnaboo.
Orcticity.
Orcticity.
Spelling that out.
See,
Art Nouveau,
orcs don't see
cutting
colour.
stencils. Mhm.
Mm.
Oh, he's going all in again, doing his very fancy DIY stuff.
Yes. It's another reason I like Apple Mac stuff, apart from the fact that despite I have a sneaking suspicion he's considerably older than me, but at the same time, I feel like we're the same age. Anytime I see him doing any work or talking about his hobbying and gaming, we seem to be at a level. This is like Big Ben from Foreground. When I was still a thing, we would get on very well, and we would often
good times.
I would often translate from his son. So Cad would say something, and then I would go, and then would translate back to Ben because I sat between the pair of them, age-wise. But yeah, look at that. Look at that,
he
though.
speaks Elven Benish.
Well, that type of thing. I mean, but that is right there. That is exactly what you want to see with a Kings of War army. The sort of lean into the fact that you're multi-base. Don't worry about filling a base. Tell a bit of a story, theme the army, and there you can very distinctly see racist forest elves and racist city elves. I mean, they're just there. The dwarves actually in Kings of War, they are the worst. But after that, city elves, and then forest elves. But I like them because they look like they've just come out of some sort of 1970s comic book.
Yeah, the ones on the far right do look a bit like they're in
all
their pajamas.
On the far right. They're elves. Do you need to distinguish between the races? You don't need to if you're just running a standard elf army, but because the way he's done it, he can take the forest elves out, add in some tree men and animals and stuff, and then run the greenery as a Sylvan kin list. Or he can run them both as regular elves, but play them against each other. And because the basing is, urban and rural, you can play the exact, you can play two elf armies against each other without worrying about, is that your unit or my unit? Or I looked at that and thought it was one of mine, but actually it's yours coming from behind. So, don't need to, but it's good.
They came from behind.
My ogres are not racist. Goblins are not people. We know this. They are essentially filler. Sometimes they are ballast, and very occasionally there's speed bump.
In other games, they have been known to be paving material.
Yes. I have a copy of it. Again, I lost it, and then someone, you know what? I think it may have been Horatio. Horatio sent a copy of GURPS Goblins to, I'm going to say, John. And John looked very confused. And because I'd lost my copy, I pinched it. But GURPS Goblins has one of the best character generations. Think a Victorian world where there's nothing but goblins.
That sounds very appealing.
And goblins are practically unkillable. So you start off by doing a character generation that works on the first 10 years of your life. And it says things like, you roll on a random table and it will tell you what happened, what the significant event in that year was, and how that shaped you. And by shaping you, I mean, it can literally shape you. One of them is you were trapped in a bread bin. So you obviously, you eat all the bread, so you get fat, but you can't grow because you're trapped. So you get like a little tubby, large fucking goblin. And then maybe you'll be stretched out or run over and flattened, or, and you do that. And after, 15 steps, you've generated your goblin character, and it's a really weird looking thing that had these weird shit. Yeah, had this weird shit happen to it. And the best part about it is even D&D players will eventually have to role play. Because once you realize that you can't just attack everything and kill it, because goblins are practically unkillable, then you just have to give up fighting everything and actually think about what's happening and what's going on around you and using your words like a big kid.
Like
Hi,
an
the days.
almost grown up. Hello, the days.
Oh, Damon, I love the GURPS books. I had rather, because some cunt in Belfast, one of my flatmates took my GURPS books. So I had the core GURPS set. I had Indiana Jones, Ghostbusters, Tank Girl, GURPS Goblins, GURPS Werewolf, and GURPS Discworld.
That's the one I have.
These days, I have Discworld because I got the second edition hardback where they included GURPS Lite in it, so you didn't need the GURPS source book anymore.
Yep.
But the other stuff just fucking went. It all went. And I really liked the GURPS Tank Girl was great. I remember playing with somebody, and it was their first RPG, and they wanted to go and visit the second biggest ball of string in Australia, where they would sell balls of string as miniature second biggest ball of string. So it's just literally a ball of string. Buy 20 of them, but then mark them at like $15 each as souvenirs.
Well,
it used to be the biggest ball of string in Australia, but obviously then somebody made a bigger one.
Is that even still role playing? Because that feels like it's way too close to reality.
Oh, it is, because this would have been over 20 years ago, and they just started making this shit up. It's like, where are you going to go? We're going to go over there. Why are you going over there? They've got the second biggest ball of string. And you're going, you fucking what? Going, oh yeah. Okay.
And we're going in a tank.
Yep. Yes. Oh well, no, they didn't have a tank. They were all rippers. That was a fun game. May I just say, Tonka Dreams from the Mountains of Mourne is a fucking amazing Tonka stout. It's
fantastic.
It's as good as Excellent Gift Work was, which was my last. It wasn't my last. It was the last Tonka stout I enjoyed. I did find one in between. It wasn't the same. You know what? County Down gets it done. Just saying. And done a boo. So yes. Anyway, Apple Mac, Kings of War, you fucking legend. And uses a lot of balsa wood, which is a hardwood, even though it's quite soft. Soft. But not softwood. It's all to do with the grading.
And you're doing a horrible job on these.
Yes. Videos. Speaking of an influencer who probably gets Business Daddy's War Cradle stuff before us. Hi, Elmer. Here's one. Doing some work on Battletech.
He probably will be getting the Kickstarter before us Europeans do.
Would he?
I don't know. Catalyst Game Labs already started shipping in the US. People that already got their boxes. Okay. And no word on fulfillment for the rest of the world.
I know he's in Belgium, but technically he is still European. Like you.
Yeah, but if he's an influencer, they might have an extra list for that, I guess.
Oh.
It wouldn't surprise me. Let's put it that way.
Oh. I mean, I've never seen him do Battletech before Battletech came out. Maybe they've jumped on board. I couldn't tell you. I'm just going by the virtue of the fact that he does a fuckload of stuff for Dystopian Wars because he loves his tiny scale. Tiny scale. Look at them. Look at the tiny bouncing jump troopers. Look at them bouncing away tinily. And there's one of those mad cats that we've seen a minute ago as a ghost bear, but bigger now, except smaller.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I can't bear the sight. He's too good.
If it helps, you can call it
cry.
French. I know he says he's not, but
just look at how clean these lines.
The glass,
are.
yes.
It's just insane.
I mean, well, to be fair, edge highlighting on a straight edge is easy. You just put your brush alongside it and run it down the edge. You don't
Yeah,
use a
if you
point.
can control the shaking of your hand, it might
No,
be
you don't. You don't even need to worry about that because it's like that.
It still can go horribly wrong.
Oh well, it can't on an edge because you're not using the tip of the brush to draw the line. You use the edge of the brush, and it means it doesn't matter if you go back and forward or whatever because you're only ever running that edge against it.
Also, I'm pretty sure he's not using the miniatures from Catalyst Game Labs because these are much crisper.
There's a mix of stuff in there, including 3D prints. I don't know if there are some Catalyst stuff, and I think there's some earlier LED stuff as well. I'm fairly certain Elmir will be typing furiously into the comments about this. Although people can go over, he's got a website, not a website, what are those things called?
Blog?
No, YouTube channel.
Ah,
Speed Demon Painting.
one of them's.
Yep. So you could nip in there and ask him. Although I've not seen his stuff in a while because I don't give into terrorism. But it's possible that the Battletech stuff has made it on there.
Yeah, this is clearly a 3D print, yes. Lines! Lines! Still, the paint job is amazeballs.
Amazing. I mean, it could be worse. Dave, it's not like they haven't shipped it to anybody yet, but they've sold it to people at a major convention to win a prize. It's not like they've done that.
Actually, if that happened, I feel there should be a recall on that prize.
Oh, 100%. Codeblade should have won that. Coatley fans of the world unite.
Why are some people so talented? I mean, I guess they probably have just more time to work and experience and practice and.
I think it might have a lot to do with penis size as well. I think he might be hung like a baby's arm holding an apple. And I mean, when it's that big, you've got that confidence that you can just tackle any painting project.
Yeah,
Elmir, if you're hung like a fucking baboon,
horse.
just pop that in the comments below. Look forward to that comment. Just go, yes, I'm gifted in every way, including nature. 4. Don't know who he is. He's very Kinniggity, like though, isn't he? Look at him.
Yeah, it's a knight, a paladin, I think.
Yeah, I've never seen one look so round. Speaking of, Mantic did a bit of a preview for some of their Warpath stuff, their epic scale sci-fi, and the GCPS are getting a mech, a walker mech, as their super heavy. Now, I've still not put in for what 4 armies I want yet, but after they went, we're doing a mech for the GCPS, I went, well, that's one. Because I'm only getting the 4 armies. I went, I'll be strict. I will not buy everything. I'll just buy the 4 armies. That will do me.
How many armies will there be?
8, I think. Enforcers, Veermen, GCPS, Plague, Marauders, Asterians, Forge Fathers, and then the Nameless. Yeah, yes.
Great. If you start Googling Warpath GPCS mech, what you get, it's Warpath, the Transformer.
I mean, if I just opened up my Hotmail, can I open images from Hotmail
I don't know.
into a new thing? To update? Scroll. Open image in new tab. Copy. Paste. Oh my god. Oop. Oh, Jesus. No, I think that's right. Global Communist Party in space. Yeah, Jam, that's not a million miles away.
That's an interesting design.
What I will say is, unlike communism, they're very, very pro-capitalism. Some would say it's pretty much 90% of their being is the capitalism. There's that. There's a giant space kraken and some sort of crab as well. But I'm quite content. The fact that they've gone, you know what, GCPS are going to get a massive walker instead of some sort of flyer or tank, so it's a bit different from the other armies. And giant stumpy mechs are always good.
Big
Look at it.
stumpy robots always grand.
Stumpy. How do they get around in space? I think swim. I think swim and hold their breath.
Magic.
Oh
Hello,
my god!
Turtles.
I'm being so good, Orinoco. You can't sit there and say things like I added more stuff. I can't hear you. La 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 la. Why would you? Oh, I've been so good. I haven't backed anything this week. I bought a £50 miniature today, but that's only because they sent me an email.
Ages. Not really sure what was.
Oh Christ! Oh fuck me!
Oh, last thing I backed was the Bequest Fantasy miniatures from May.
Oh, we don't look at what I've backed and when I'm backing it. Oh, speaking of which.
Witches?
No. No? Lesson?
I hope you get your tongue off.
The Westphalia have a sci-fi Kickstarter coming up. I looked at it when John and Justin were on the Weekender with me falling asleep while I talked. I looked at it then. So Cave sent me prototypes of several of them. So the Space Marines, the Howard Philip Lovecraft scientist, and a couple of the weird, creepy alien demon things to look at. They look fucking great. There's Mr. Lovecraft. Here's some bloke with a big rocket launcher and different heads. You can't see them, but I can. They're great. I have to do like an unboxing or something. I'm not going to paint them. I don't have time. There's a few other website people like Black Magic Crafts and somebody else that have got their hands on some of them who are painting them because they do have the time and obviously a channel where they can do that. Whereas we have a fuckload of stuff going on. So
James wants you to sneak in World of Warcraft backgrounds to irritate Justin even more.
I still can't. I think no. There used to be a button on Windows 10 in the bottom left, so bottom right hand corner, and if you hovered over that, it would
hide all
your screens. And I thought it was that, but my cursor is currently there, and both windows are showing the screens they should be showing. So I have no idea why it suddenly did that. But what I will say is that is me as the guild master of Crescent Moon and the officers and the original creators, all in the garden in Stormwind, the very night of Cataclysm. So it was like an hour before Cataclysm's launch. When with Cataclysm, Deathwing destroyed those gardens. They've never been rebuilt in Stormwind. They were just fucking wrecked. So that was our last hurrah. It was probably the last time I was truly happy.
That puts a point in time into that.
Yep. So I found it when I was going through an old hard drive the other day. I was like, I've not seen these guys in fucking years. We met up in real life in the past in the Netherlands and stuff. So people from Italy and Sweden, Norway, Danelaw, all sorts of English. We all met up together. It was good times, great times. Happy days.
The world was a better, and then all went to shit.
And then they made all the instances Simple as fuck. And the cunts moved in, and then they added random fucking party generation.
But basically, it was the AOL CD of World of Warcraft.
It was great. Oh.
But
Anyway.
speaking of worlds that go to shit,
Yes. So this is one that you've picked.
did
So-
I?
Yep. So you tell me all about this. This is something to do with nuclear cola.
I think this is Denzian doing even more lovely stuff for Wasteland Warfare. That is the Fallouts.
Might be. Might be. Can't say for certain. Not
Yeah.
going to
The
tell you.
Coca-Cola gangs with the boss you can only defeat while using a squirt gun.
Squid gun?
Squirt gun.
Oh, squirt gun. I
Squirt.
thought like some sort of ink jetting squid gun.
No, that's Nintendo.
Ah. You're not allowed to do that because then they'll come around your house and hit you with a cease and desist and fine you. That's how that works.
Does it? I don't know.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's
They
like-
never found me yet.
Have you never seen those memes where like this kid, his dad built him a game of Mario out of cardboard?
Yeah, and then the
And then
lawyers come around.
the CEO were so blown away that they came in person to hand him a cease and desist for 2.5 million.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm.
Grognar barbarians.
Yes. Oops, a fucking daisy. Look at him with his big fucking odd head on him. Huh?
Is it odd, or is it just a wig?
Oh, you think he's bald?
Yes.
Oh, it's like Sweet William playing Conan.
If I remember correctly, that's a costume you can actually acquire in Fallout 4 and just run around as.
You can be He-Man?
No, but you could be Ant-Man and the Mechanic. And other
Prince Charming. No. Not that Ant-Man.
I hope not.
Ridicule is nothing to be scared of. Prince Charming. Prince Charming.
Did they do something into your Tonka?
No, just Tonka is by nature. Well, you've been here before when I've been on the Tonka. I mean, it's amazing stuff.
Had I known you are on the Tonka, I'd be on the brown lemonade.
It's it's the alcoholic equivalent of brown lemonade. It's a party in my mouth, and everyone's invited.
I think I stay at home.
I'm going to assume that's a joke, Toros, and I'm not looking for it. Why would they remake it?
For one simple reason: money.
Son of a bitch. Anyway.
I had a laugh yesterday when somebody was complaining about he wanted to watch The Last Starfighter, and it's on no streaming platform whatsoever.
Of course it's not. And this is why I still own DVDs and Blu-rays. And
Yep.
people can laugh at me all they want.
Yep.
Last Starfighter's fucking amazing. Starlight, Starbright.
And at the same point, when I read he just doesn't get any copies of The Last Starfighter, I thought to myself, that's one I still need to acquire. Also, while I'm at it, I need to get Enemy Mine.
Yes.
Darwich. When do I get 4 or 5?
It was great. I always thought it was a sci-fi remake of a World War II film starring Lee Marvin. But I think I looked it up, and from all accounts, the World War II film, I think it may be called Hell in the Pacific, where 2 pilots crash onto an island, a Japanese and an American, Lee Marvin and then a Japanese actor. I think it's actually the other way round. They made the sci-fi first, and then somebody went, that would make a great World War II movie, and then made the World War II movie. It's really weird. It is Hell in the Pacific, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So I always, when I was younger, I always thought that was a sci-fi version of that World War II film. But then having discovered a bit of stuff about the enemy mine, the writing and all the rest, it all came first by all accounts, and was also a ridiculously expensive film for just two people. For like 90% of the movie, it's two people on a rock doing fuck all.
Yeah, and also, most fun fact for me is it's a German movie.
Yeah.
One of the few good ones.
I mean, obviously, there's everything that Spear did.
Moving on. From one wasteland to the next.
So good. So good.
We don't talk about that Uwe guy.
Yes, this is a combo. We have been here recently with Lipvertus's Wild West. However, he's decided to go full Warren.
And start using sci-fi in the World West.
Yeah. Put 007 and some robots and aliens into the Wild West and do your cowboys versus alien stuff. And this is for a specific scenario. Break him, for fuck's sake. Don't let him fucking shoot. Fuck you, Mbappe. You pregnant. Your nose broke again. Anyway, so we've got some nice, beautiful blow-ups of the miniatures, including that lovely little flying saucer from Pegasus. Pegasus do some great retro sci-fi stuff if you can get your hands on it. Their tripods as well, based on the classic War of the Worlds, are fucking amazing.
Anybody who has ever watched any length of videos from Dr. Faust has seen at least one or two models made by Pegasus.
Well, they're just quality. Now, the second link, or the next link after that, is actually
the battle report
starring the aliens and the cowboys.
Sky Demons.
And on the subject of how do you like your battle reports, this one is narrative based. So you get your in-world text. If people want to know more, then they should obviously get involved. That is not set in Australia. That's just the project system putting one upside down. That will rotate properly whenever you spin it around. Look at the wiki wah-wahs. I'm trying to click on your picture. I should look at my screen and click on my own pictures. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's the same when I have a video conference with clients and try to show something on screen and just point at the screen.
Yes.
Until I realize they can't see my
Are you saying this?
finger.
How fucking bad? Oh no, you're not seeing what I'm looking at. Okay, can't. So, obviously, you need to go down, deeper and down, or invert the project to oldest entries first to see where it comes from. But it does explain what's happening. You do get. In fact, has he set it to complete since then? No, it's still active. It's still active. Okay. So yes, I think he must have actually. He's done it. He must have been updating it one after the other and just crossed the time zone. So yeah, you can just read from the top down without any major issues. Obviously, the next time you put something in, it might change that. But a really nice battle report, all narrative, photo galleries.
First oil.
Yes, it's like First Blood, but more mechanically based. You
technically more correct.
You organic racist, you. It's not always about the blood. Good old Charlie Prince, the notorious gunslinger. Sorry, is a notorious gunslinger, but terrible in a fist fight. And now, knowing how Charlie Sausage Fingers is, I'd imagine he'd be better in a fist fight and less good with the guns because he's not going to be able to get those big sausage fingers through the triggers. Whereas punching people, Charlie Prince would be right on board for that.
Could work well, yes.
Yes, beautiful save. Good man, good man. Yep. Send him off. That was a career-ending attack there. You keep rolling, son. You keep rolling till he gets a card. Good, good. Anyway, so yes. Nice to see A, a battle report, and B, the fact that Blip has his main, here's my Old West shit, here's the stuff I'm painting and working on, and then here's a battle report that I'm doing. It's in a separate little project that you can just go and visit, and here's the link to it. I like how he's just sort of signposting people to secondary projects so he doesn't fill a project, and obviously people need to be seeing battle reports in their entirety by themselves, like God intended.
Also makes it much more easier to find a battle report if you can just put a project in, call it battle report, and then just leave.
Move on with your life. Speaking of engines, I'll be talking about them on the Weekender, but nobody's to say anything yet because I haven't told Ben I'm doing that. And
hello, Ben, by the way.
and Lloyd kept saying things like, we want this to be a very tight show this week without a lot of extra waffling in it. Going, okay. So I definitely don't want to be telling him that I'm going to be talking about engines.
Why would you want a tight show?
Because our editors are desperately trying to get all the shit done for next week.
Yeah, but the waffle is what we are here for.
No, you're there to see whatever business daddy are sending out to influencers, not us.
No.
Maybe. I don't know.
Do we need to make a petition?
You can try.
Do more waffles. Waffle.
Like bird's eye potato waffles. They're waffly versatile. Or blue waffles?
No, not blue ones.
Do you know if you Google blue waffle?
Oh, don't.
No, it's fine. Google has suppressed the old blue waffle image, and now you just get either blue waffles or CGI images of blue waffles. So
it's a trap. Don't Google blue waffles.
It's not a trap. It's
perfect. Yeah, because people will not use Google. They will start using Bing.
Bing. Oh yeah, Bing. Bing is the best way to Google stuff. I don't know why people kept criticizing me whenever I said that.
Don't go to Bing, people. It uses Copilot.
Anyway.
All I can say is ignorance is a bliss.
Don't
go
Has anybody ever... I mean, obviously nobody uses it now. Did anybody use Ask Jeeves back in the day? Because I used Ask Jeeves a couple of times until it fucked me off so much I never went near it again. Because you would ask... You'd get on to Ask Jeeves to bring it a question. And the first thing it would do is go, do you want to buy? Relevant word in your question. You're going, no, I just want the answer. And there'd be like 3 pages of trying to sell you something random that's tangentially connected with whatever you've asked. And at no point would it answer the question or even bring you anywhere near answering the question. Ask Jeeves, which is like a shit butler who just tried to sell you stuff.
Sounds like a large language model.
Oh, it's fucking terrible.
You must frame it as a question.
Yes, yeah, it did frame it as a question, and then Jeeves would come back and attempt to sell me something. You would go, what anti-tank weapons were used by the US Marine Corps in the 1980s, for example? And then Jeeves would come back and go, would you like to buy some 1980s US Marine Corps anti-tank weapons?
Yes, please.
I would if you'll tell me what they are. I'd go, no. Oh, no, sir. We can't do that.
I can tell you, but I can't tell you. Oh, God.
Shit.
Speaking of old stuff.
Speaking of old people.
And ancient stuff.
Denzian. Because
Benzene again.
yeah, because you got to pick that one with the Fallout stuff that you watch with the video games, like the kids. Like you would put like 20p in an arcade machine. This one's
Good night, Demons Up.
bye, love you. This one is the Fighting Fantasy series that he's been working on, and in this case, the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, where he even has an unboxing. Also, he currently only has 22 subscribers. Now, I'm not saying you're all cats, but what I will say is, how many of you have actually subscribed to him? I mean, you come here all the time, you look at his stuff.
I didn't even realize that the Fighting Fantasy books had board game adaptations.
They didn't. That was, I think, the only one that was board gamed. And only because it was the first / best known. So it was a weird. It came much later than the book release, if I remember correctly, although it has been literally fucking decades. Probably wasn't the most exciting thing in the world, not when you could be sitting down reading a book and turning to page 69 and then looking for page 87 with your fingers in all of the different pages to make sure you didn't die.
I'm guessing this is then extremely rare.
I've not seen a copy of it in the wild. I've seen it in White Dwarf back in the day.
Hello there. This is Denzin. Welcome.
Yeah. So I've never actually seen one in the wild. So fairly rare. But then we didn't have a Games Workshop until Games Workshop had decided to stop doing anything interesting. And we're just doing Whamster. But yeah, the unboxing's great. And obviously I'll be checking later to make sure you've all subscribed to his channel. Oh, God bless you.
How do you check if you don't go onto YouTube's anymore?
I'll just randomly go through the On Tabletop website and kick people off. Just, I'll hit some people who haven't subscribed, I'm sure, in the purge, but it'll be a warning to others. As my father used to say, as I would sometimes walk through the living room, he'd just hit me. And then he would go, "That's for nothing, wait until you do something." And we started calling those random acts of violence. Me and my brother. It's a random act of violence. You don't know when it's coming. It might come at no time at all. Yeah, I mean, you could be very smiley. You could be watching TV. You could be watching a football match. Wham! You get slapped. In that respect, you were always on your guard and always on your best behavior. Likewise, if I just start deleting people's accounts on OTT, then the rest of you will be on your best behavior. It'll be totally random, risky. I won't pick anyone in particular. Have you, Jim?
No pressure whatsoever.
Imagine there was an issue, Jim's account got deleted.
Oh, God.
It'd go fucking radio rental. Oh.
He really loves his Fighting Fantasy books. And
Yes.
I have to say, the covers you got look way better than the ones we had.
They did. I've still got a couple of them upstairs. Things like Skylord, the weird sci-fi one with the weird alien and the flying thing. A Freeway Fighter I should have as well somewhere. And they looked awesome.
That's an unfortunate picture.
Did you ask Jeeves for that, Jam? I was on that. The problem I had with it was it doesn't tell you when they were active. So you have to go into each one. So you go to anti-tank and you have to click on every single anti-tank link. Whereas all I wanted was Cold War issue for NATO. I just wanted a page where I went, this is what the cunts were armed with during the 80s when they were in Europe. You can ask Wikipedia. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't ask Wikipedia. It's a good start. But then you always need to do further research from there. What are you doing? Are you typing stuff? What are you typing?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you typing to? I love you.
Sexy hot ladies in my area who
Oh
want to know my number.
my God. You know what? Bill Gates can get fucked. Every time I go into my spam or junk folder in Hotmail, there's all these women who are trying to get in contact with me, and Bill Gates is stopping them by directing their emails straight into my fucking trash. Fuck Bill Gates.
Yeah, he wants all
Ruining
the
my
ladies.
love life.
He wants all the ladies for himself.
Yes, Nick, there was. In fact, we were talking about this recently. The guy who runs Aventine Miniatures, which, by the way, he's going to retire this year. So if you're after any of Aventine's lovely historicals, you should get them. He had that shop in the Victoria Centre. It was called the Armchair General. It was great.
How many people are retiring this year? It feels like there's a big wave.
Everybody's old. And all the ones who aren't old are making ones and zeros stuff and get fucked. So, and if that's wrong, then I don't want to be right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we are all imagining shops that don't exist.
My knees. I mean, it could be worse, Nick. I was talking to somebody recently and I was trying to explain the Victoria Centre to them, and they couldn't remember there being a Victoria Centre around at the Corn Market. It must be gone 20 years or more.
They're
Maybe.
either old, have a website down, ones and zeros lads, or Paul Hicks clothes.
Yes, those are your choices. Those are your choices. It's a very diminishing circle as far as the hobby goes. Very soon we're going to be left with like just this, and it'll
Paul
be
Hicks.
Games Workshop, Paul Hicks, and Warlord Wallad Games.
Wallad.
Those will be the 3 points of our triangle. Wallad.
Wallad. Still need to make that video.
Wallad. Wallad.
Wallad.
I think they're coming across to film Bold Action 3rd. I'll try and get them to do it. I was talking to Alessio and I was going, "Are you coming over?" He's going, "I don't know. They've not told me anything." Boobadabappy. She said, I think that's pretty much how he speaks. But if we can get several people from Warlord, Wallad.
I'll cut it over the scene from the movie.
Just cut constantly between, because once I've got a camera on each of us, just go walla boobadabappy walla. Scusi. Imagine every time you go back to Alessio, he'll just be doing something else stereotypically Italian. Walla.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're
Shame I haven't come around to that idea. I already got myself a snippet of that movie, the scary movie.
I seen that in the cinema. Did I?
I don't know.
No, I didn't. I seen the prequel. Scream. Seen Scream in the cinema.
Oh.
There you go. Anyway.
Plan of attack. So, Mr. What's his face?
Robogel.
Nah, that's just his art name. His actual name is
Robogel.
No. Oh, I had it just a minute ago.
Oh. Tarquin. Rodri. Killian Mbappe.
Brian Blessed. It's Brian Blessed.
Ah, right. I thought you were actually looking for Robogel's real name.
Nah.
I thought you were aware of him and that he wasn't called Robogel at all. He was called something else.
Nah, it's Brian Blessed.
Apparently, I've given 1,000 skill nominations in 2024.
And for I don't get those numbers anymore. For some odd reason, OTT doesn't count my clickings anymore.
It might do.
The fun
I
thing
wasn't
is,
even clicking when it popped up on my screen. I
when
think it
you
just
mentioned
caught up with me.
that episode of the interview on the XLBS, I actually had seen that way before, and it's comedy gold.
Oh, it's fucking me on Rahalistapa.
Yeah,
as the cool kids call it, realistic.
it's just great.
Does anyone not press all three? Yes, Jam. You don't press tutorial if they're not actually fucking tutoring you.
Unless you're me and you just want to annoy Jerry.
I really want to throw this pen at that camera, but I'm also very aware that that camera is £200 worth of company equipment that they sent me, and so I'm still going to do it. But I'll be really annoyed when it hits it. Oh, I missed.
And Lloyd will be annoyed. Look at all the Warcrafty things. Unpainted yet.
Yes. So this is a board game based on my guild and what we got up to, apparently. I assume that's what it was. I can't see a model for me. Get fucked, get fucked, get fucked. You moron.
I think I've looked up prices for this game, and it's hilariously expensive.
Oh, not as hilarious as that was. Fuck me. Just put that in the back of the net, dickhead. Oh my Christ. Oh, I think I'm having a stroke. Oh, you're supposed to have a pain in your left arm, aren't you? How you
I
know your
think so.
it's working.
Could be the right arm as well.
Oh, anyway, he has been working through his
Board game?
World of Warcraft board game for a while now. This has finally been completed, so you can actually go through this and see not just the heroes, but a whole slew of the various minions, monsters, and encounters you'll come up against in Azeroth, including owlbears, or moonkin as they call them. There are obviously the Horde, spelt WHORED, Horde, who are the worst people in the world ever. And then there's obviously the fantastic Draenei, and then there's the mediocre alliance that Draenei have had to ally themselves with. But can't have everything. But it's a nice project, mostly because I'm a Warcraft nerd since it was released. Mostly.
Why does this picture scream this is a red light district dancing group?
Because you've been in the Blade Edge Mountains when they've declared you king of the ogres, and they're all lined up doing their little thing, and then they all kneel down in front of you, at which point it is a song and dance number. It's very weird.
If I had a hammer.
Hammer in the morning.
And a hammer in the evening. All over the world.
Prince Charming. Prince Charming.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the year again.
When Adamant kicks off. So yes. The final picture has them all laid out again like they were in the initial in the box. And I think it's a really nice... I mean, it's taken them a while to get there. But I like the fact it's done. I like that it's all there, all painted and ready to be played at any point. So if he needs to break out some murlocs or some naga or gnolls or whatever else it happens to be, everybody's done and dusted, and it's a box full of encounters as well for the likes of Rangers of Shadow Deep or Frostgrave or Saga, for example. Whatever you happen to want to play, it's just a Galby bucket load of painted minions and miniatures. But it shows off quite nicely just how much is in the box and how long it can take you to get it done is obviously longer than some of our community members, substantially faster than me, but I do paint at a glacial pace, to be fair. Gondana Land is going to be re-fucking formed before I get some of my shit finished. But yeah, it's very nostalgic for me. But at the same time, I like the fact that sort of the batch painting gives both a consistent look, but also he's done individual models with striking colors. You go, here's red, blue, green, Spydros or Murlocs or whatever you happen to be staring down the barrel at, so you can spot them when you're in there.
Yeah, he
Fucking novels,
also has
dog-faced
gone
bastards.
using some bases as a marker with different
Yeah,
colors.
yeah. So when you're playing the encounters, you can tell who's who. I mean, even the Scarlet Crusader in there. Now, he's not done all the flames on the Scarlet Crusade's tabards. I'm willing to overlook that. Yeah, you have to go back. You missed them. Scarlet Crusade are the people with the red and white tabards that look like humans in the middle, just between the Murlocs and the heroes. That's them. Everybody knows the Scarlet Crusade are the best Crusade. They are the ones attempting to hold back the undead and other bastards from Kalimdor. And yep, some people look at them and go, fanatics, overzealous right-wing fanatics. Whereas I say, we need to fucking expand the Scarlet Crusade and push these fuckers back into their camps. I think the orcs were happier when they were in camps in Hillsbrid, to be fair. I don't see why we should ever take them out of those.
World of Warcraft. A game on its own.
That 16-year-old's attempting to fucking score another screamer. He's already done one. Anyway, so yes, World of Warcraft, it's a belter. Our survey says Shannara. I was talking about that with Paul the other day. Do you know Terry Brooks wrote the novelization of Revenge of the Sith?
No.
He did. I've got a copy of it. It's the only novelization of the Star Wars films. Obviously, they did them for all of them. I never bothered with any of them. But I was a Terry Brooks fan, so I picked that one up. And it's a really good book. And has some really interesting things in it that obviously it's kind of read between the lines and stuff you can do in a novel that you wouldn't do on screen. So things like Obi-Wan is he's a very paragon of what a Jedi is supposed to be. That's why he is a Jedi Master, why he's sent out to do things, because he is the pinnacle of the Order, exactly as they intended a Jedi to be. But he doesn't realize it, because if he realized it, that would mean he wasn't one. That sort of thing. And that's why I always hated the Obi-Wan TV series, where he forgot how to be a Jedi and spent his time carving up space whale in the desert, for fuck's sake. But there was a great bit where there's a line where Grievous is attempting to trap Obi-Wan on Utapau, if everybody remembers that. The big... Mm-hmm. He lands his ship and there's the big thing, and he lands and goes down by himself and then tells the clone commanders and Cody to come in later. And you get the sort of how to build a Jedi trap. And ... And it's explaining Grievous's point of view, and then Obi-Wan goes in and then they all attack him, and then the clones come in on top, thus breaking the Jedi trap, breaking the trap, and therefore it's not a trap. And then later on you get this bit from Palpatine's point of view where it's like, how you build a Jedi trap, you build it so they don't even realize that it is a trap. And the whole idea that the war itself, it didn't matter who won, because Palpatine was in charge of both sides, and all he wanted was to fuck the Republic and do the Jedi over. And that the writing in that book, even if you don't like the prequels, and to be fair, 1 2/3 of them are shit. The novelization by Terry Brooks of Revenge of the Sith is really good, just as a one-off, and well worth reading if you like the War Amongst the Stars.
I think I own that book.
It makes up for the whaling by having a nice scrap with Darth. Oh, is that... I'm assuming you're talking about the third time he fights him, not the first time where Darth Vader puts his face on the flaming ground and rubs it back and forward with the Force. Fuck me. When last we met, you were the master. Was he? Because I seem to remember you rubbing his face back and forward in the burning gravel. That doesn't look like he was the master, Darth. And then you ripped a fucking starship that was attempting to go into hyperspace out of the sky with the Force. I'm fairly certain at that point you were the motherfucking master.
Only the master of evil.
Obi-Wan Kenobi show was utter horseshit. Anyway, as we see here.
Let's not go into current Star Wars shows.
Oh, let's not. The Void Dragon, though, is really nice from Gorka. I really like the glowing effect, the glowing green effect. I have no idea what this is. Some sort of winged Necron, Catan, phase god thing. Who knows what they're up to in 40k these days? I find it best not to ask questions because somebody might try and answer it, and I don't want to know. Don't teach me.
As I've said before, ignorance can be a bliss.
Ignorance, very much, is bliss.
I see the miniature, I see the great paint job he's done, but I also see the imminent breakage of everything.
Oh, don't worry, it's all plastic. You can probably flick that and it'll just, like a bobblehead, it'll just...
Put that in your car, on your dashboard, and just have it...
You put little bells on it. And just flick it.
No, put googly eyes on it.
Googly eyes. Oh, well, he's got that one big fuck off.
One big googly eye in the middle.
Slap a massive fuck off googly eye on it and then flick it and watch that thing.
With the bells going bling, 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 bling.
Yep, all of that. Good times. Glad we had this.
Games Workshop have seen Victrix spears and decided they needed to make the greatest snapping plastic hits.
You say that, but I mean, there was a Victrix Roman behind me for some time, although now I can't see him, which makes me nervous because I don't know where he's gone. Anyway, but he was a Triarii, and his spear was fairly robust and has been for some time. He'll reappear at some point, I'm sure. And if he doesn't, somebody will tell me where he's gone. Somebody who's seen my background. Oh, my knee. Oh,
Mr.
Christ on a bike.
Jefferson Powers is doing beheading women.
Yes, we're only here for the beheading. I don't know what Jefferson has against me. I'm fairly certain I've nominated him for Golden Buttons, but for some reason he's painted a miniature waving my head in the air. This has not gone unnoticed, Mr. The Powers.
Oh, a lot full of rocks.
Yes. Mythic Battles something or other. Ragnaruki. Now it says Ragnaruki. Some of them have crosses. Not sure why. But Lagatha and the Beowulf are both rocking nice runic shields, which is much better. You don't want one of those big Christian crosses on your shield. Oh, it might be Ewok's head. That's true. I don't think Ewoks is. I don't think he's as grey as me. I mean, he is greyish.
Maybe it's Nick.
No, Nick's bald. You wouldn't be able to pick him up unless you got a dildo with one of those suction cups and went, and then just slapped on his head and then held it up. And there's no dildo in that miniature.
Oh, I want a mini of that.
Of somebody holding Nick's severed head aloft via the medium of dildo suction cup.
Yes.
I mean, it's very specific, but I'm fairly certain Paul Hicks will sculpt it for you.
Which Paul?
Any of them. Although, to be fair, the minute you go, I want the severed head of a friend being held aloft by a suction cup dildo, all the high-ranking / low-numbered Pauls, so Paul Prime down to Paul 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they'll all just go no, and you'll be left with like Paul 20.
Paul 420.
Yeah, that type of thing. Oh.
Oh.
Good times.
Yeah, that being said, I'm getting scared for Christmas already.
Yes.
There's bound to be some hilarious stuff going up.
Oh, always. In the hole. Oh, go on, Nico. Back of the net. Back of the net. Come on, guys. Don't go all the way back. Score another one now, and France are fucked. There's like a minute left. Oh, corner.
Mr. Jefferson Powers, nice work.
Jefferson
And
Powers.
I really do think that hat looks more like Ewok than you.
Okay, well, that's fine. I'm prepared not to be a severed head. Sent Justin to try those overpriced subscription veg boxes. Oh yeah, that'd be good. We could just. Oh man, all I can think of now is slicing up a cucumber and just pushing it under his door because it's thin.
But you need to make a long slice so you can.
Yeah,
just...
yeah, oh yeah. Oh, you don't slice it. You slice it lengthwise. Push those under. The way to do it.
Yeah. Is he reading any books? You could put a slice between pages so when he flips
He
the
can't
book open.
read.
Well, he could look at pictures.
Oh well, I suppose he could do that. Yeah. I just love the idea of a cucumber book slice. I mean, not personally, because if you ruined one of my books, I would murder you. But yeah, an aubergine, a char-grilled aubergine would make a much better book slice than a cucumber. Yes.
Use a carrot. That's more stiff.
I don't know.
When
he goes on
to greengrocers. That's a very special form of Halloween decoration.
I mean, that really is.
You know, there's a recurring character in one of the anime shows, which was called The Last Airbender, who's always selling cabbages. So you could just be running around holding a basket of cabbages, trying to sell them.
I know Lone Wolf and Cub because I read the comics, or they are manga. So I know those, and then I've seen.
You don't
Akira.
You don't need to have seen it or know it. You just there is a character always selling cabbages, and every episode somebody's ruining his cabbages.
There's a Japanese fella in Police Academy. I want to say the first one, although maybe the second one, where there's a fight going on and somebody gets knocked into his cabbages and he goes, "Oh no, cabbages!" And then he gets kicked into another set of crates. He goes, "No, broccoli!"
Yeah, something like that.
So that's Police Academy. I wonder if that predates. I wonder if these anime people have stolen the cabbage thing from Police Academy. Police Academy 2, Citizens on Patrol, maybe?
I'd say it could also be a similar evolution of jokes, because it's not that far-fetched.
Very good.
Dan Lee doing side projects.
Yes. So, Sabine Wren, now this is a character from the Bale and Skull show. But here they've seemed to have animated her into a cartoon.
Weird how things work.
Yeah, don't know what's going on there. So this is for Star Wars Legion, the Fire Sale. And I thought you'd appreciate this because Star Wars.
Yeah, I very much appreciate it until you mentioned the dreaded fire sale.
I mean, is it dreaded though?
The good thing about the miniature for Sabine is you could actually just go and into any episode of that show she was in, other than the Ben and Skull show, and
Rebels.
Take a look at her armor. It's changing constantly, so
she was always repainting it, and she also dyed her hair several times.
There's literally no wrong way of painting her.
Yeah, and I will say that Legion miniature comes with twin pistols or the Darksaber and helmet, an unhelmeted version. So you can either buy 2 copies or you can magnetize it. Maybe I'd have to get up there to get mine down because I've never got around to building it yet.
Not give a fuck about a unhelmeted version.
but then you wouldn't be able to do her hair awesome colors with like tints at the tip
Yeah, but why would you?
because colors.
Yeah, but have you seen how much color there's already on that miniature?
Yes. Why are you complaining about this? I like what he's done with the Darksaber as well. It's an absolute bastard to paint.
Yep.
Because the animation is obviously a lightsaber made of black. Unlucky Griezmann. No, it was you knocked it over. You can't suck it up.
Yeah, when I painted it, it also was. Yeah, I'm going to paint this black and just do an edge highlight on
Edge highlight
white
on,
and
yeah.
do some lightning like things in the middle, but just very sparingly.
Oh no. Yeah. Sorry, I accidentally switched the match off there. Just you look at your watch, referee. France can fuck off home.
Oh no.
But yeah, the miniature, really nice. Black bodysuit and then a poppy array of colours on the armour plating. So I like Sabine as a character. Obviously, she highlights just how great Balin Skull is in the Balin Skull show by being temperamental, not great as being a Jedi, but as a sort of Mandalorian come Jedi, she's an interesting character. And a unusual splash of color in an otherwise monochromatic army. When you look at the Mandos in Rebels, spinner through. Fuck you, France. Fuck you. I knocked that off now because I don't need to hear them anymore. Yeah, so the Mandalorians, obviously Clan Ren and the like, have a distinctive color palette,
Yeah.
but it tends to be, they're Clan Ren because they're on the blue, grey with sky blue highlights, or Gar Saxon's there because they're all red and black, or blah blah blah. Where Sabine is essentially some sort of graffiti artist tagger,
Yep.
Who is just constantly painting whatever fucking color she fancies on her armor. It's like, well, fuck it. Add a bit of a wren here, stick an owl on there, put a lol cat on it. Yes.
In that way, she even fits better into the later Mandalorian's form, the Mandalorian, because they're
Yes.
all a ragtag group of weird colored.
Well, yeah, they're as we discovered, some sort of mad religious cult where
No, nothing. You say that like that's something bad.
I didn't say like something. I mean, just saying that's what they are.
Okay, fair enough.
If you're such a religious cult, you don't realize that other Mandalorians exist who don't follow your way. Then you're one step away from drinking the Kool-Aid at that point, aren't you?
Is it really a step, or are you already lifting the jug?
Well, either or. But yeah, I just like that. It's nice. Well done, Dan.
Yes, and it's something different after
Oh.
the award-winning Mooney Stone.
The Mwam.
So who's going to round up the table for tonight?
Right, you say round up the table for tonight. I say, or go fuck yourself.
Mr. Give Up! And he's
Keep
doing
walk, keep up.
stuff with the shiny world. No, the disc world.
Touching the disc. Easy for you to say. Relatively short update. So he has been working on building the shades. The plan is to run this on Ospreys, Kobolds, and Cobblestones. It may work. It might not. Who knows? If it doesn't, what I will say is Guards of Trader's Toll is coming, which looks like it's just fucking nailed on for Discworld guards. I'm just throwing that out there. Every bastard in that group is going, seen this, thought of Discworld, love this. I've been looking at something to do with my Discworld. And I'm sure Graham is going, I've invented my world. and we're making miniatures. And everybody says Discworld all the time. I go, yes, we do, because yes, it is. Anyway, so yes, he's done some great stuff. There's some 3D prints that you can barely see the lines on. You'll appreciate those. Barely. Just fuck a load of paint on it. Don't worry about it. So
I wonder why this project is on hold.
Because you touch yourself at night.
I've got a wife. Why should I touch myself?
I don't know. Maybe if you stop, the shades will be complete. So the shades obviously has been put together. If people haven't watched Discworld, the shades is the most undesirable area of Ankh-Morpork.
Did you just say if people have watched Discworld?
Yeah, you get a book, you read the words, and you watch it in your head. That's how that goes. So,
good save, my fair man. Good save.
You're welcome. I see it every time I close my eyes. There's the Canting crew. Fouled Ron, Gaspo the dog, Coffin Henry, Arnold Sideways, and the Duck Man. What duck?
There's, I think the only thing that's missing is the smell of Ron.
Yes, following them.
That should be an extra miniature, even if it's just clear plastic.
But what you would do is you would get yourself an armature and then make a woolly shape of Ron, including top hat, in the same sort of pose in your wire, and then cover it in cotton wool, and then spray the cotton wool like a green, and then just have it behind them all the time. And sometimes lurking, staying behind, walking off down the street by itself, going for a nosy.
That's the worst part, when the stench stays.
Yeah. Yes. Weirdly, Kobolds and Cobblestones is a game I don't own, and I think I remarked on this before when I first seen him starting this, that I seen it in the wild. We were in a train miniature shop in Chester, and it was like downstairs some wargaming stuff, but mostly military kits and things. Upstairs, a fuckload of train stuff that Lloyd looked at, and then a huge wall of Osprey historical books. I mean, a fucking wall of Osprey, and one Osprey Blue Book war game, which was the Kobolds and Cobblestones. We seen that after UKG last year. We went back to that store this year, and it's still on the shelf. And for a second time, I looked at it going, I should buy this. I went, no, I won't. I'll leave it. So I don't actually know what Kobolds and Cobblestones was like. I'm intrigued. However, I do have, as I already mentioned, Strong Sword, the fantasy skirmish war game by Dan Mersey, which has kobolds in it who are dog-faced bastards, and therefore a viable alternative because they have weird shit going on in there.
I can't find it on the UK side.
You can't find it on the UK side because you touch yourself at night.
I'm getting search results for the American side of why.
You're gonna make me fucking look it up.
Classic case of typo.
Too
stupid to type correctly.
There
it is.
Yes, that's the one. Fantasy Gang Rumblings. So, weirdly, he hadn't heard of Zenith before. You'll be hearing about Zenith this weekend, I'm fairly certain, because they're about to release some fucking new miniatures, so they may end up on the weekender. Also, I have quite a lot of samurai from Zenith. In fact, they're just sitting beside me there, staring up at me, going, "Why are you not assemble this?" And I go, "Stop looking at me." And they go, "No." Yeah, the old PC game, Dan, was fucking amazing.
Which old PC game?
The Eric Idle voiced Discworld point-and-click adventure that had the shades in it. So there were two. There was three technically if you include the death one. But, he's fucking ran off. He's doing a McCabe. Isn't that what they call it? Where you reach up and bring something down and go, "This, you mean this?" Old Discworld PC game. And then we
No,
all go,
I'll do you one better. Well, we need to go big screen.
okay. Yes.
PlayStation 1.
Well, that's not better than the PC game, is it?
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It is because
Demonstrably not, because it's newer. Whereas the PC game would have been in a big box like a book.
also
Like Discworld
I
Noir.
still-
See? There you go.
I still own my PlayStations and they still work, so I just can pop in and play the game. I don't need some fancy emulation or rebuy them.
I never had a PlayStation. I went Spectrum. Xbox One.
To be fair,
By
my first
Xbox One,
PlayStation
I mean-
was a PlayStation
the-
2 I got
mean
with
the
my
first
first mobile
Xbox.
contract.
Yeah.
Remember those days when mobile contracts were subsidized and you got a free phone and a game station?
Nope. But I was aware that it was happening. I just didn't care. Didn't want a phone. Didn't need a thing. I only got an Xbox because of Star Wars Knights of the Republic. No, my roommate's boyfriend had an Xbox and brought it around the house one day, and I seen the game. I was like, "This is fucking amazing!" And then because I was in the civil service at the time, I took 4 days off and completed it.
4 days?
Yeah. Oh, I did fucking everything. Oh, you would not. I mean, if there was a thing that you could discover or a person you could talk to, I did that. I was from fucking can to cant. I was there.
Tim plays Discworld. That's new Tuesday sorted. I don't think so.
That's a good plan. You could do one of those streamy things where people could watch you play a game in your hot tub.
Alas, I don't have a hot tub. The temperature has risen to 26 degrees.
Oh my Christ.
Yeah, that's what happens if you are in an enclosed room, has the door shut, and the PC is doing overdrive.
Put your PC in a bucket of water.
Not sure I've got a bucket that's that big.
Oh, that's the only thing stopping you. Shame. Well,
Otherwise, sound plan. Because
I thought
water
so.
cooling is a thing, as we know.
yes. I actually seen
Anyone
somebody
can
do it
have a
with
hot
vegetable
tub,
oil.
ones just need a bath and a lamp.
Yes. It's like when people go, these mushrooms are poisonous and these mushrooms are edible. And you go, well, technically all mushrooms are edible.
Some just once.
Some just once.
Yep. Pretty much. Yes, we were talking about kobolds in cobblestone, Mr. Ewok Kebab, who has forsaken the stream for family.
Yep. Yeah. We were mostly discussing how we're looking forward to seeing what you're up to.
This little project here, and we're talking bollocks, as is tradition.
Now, 3 days ago, you updated this.
To put it on hold? Why?
No. 3 days ago, he put an actual entry in going, here are miniatures. And then, on hold. What's that all about, you camp? You make me come over there. If you don't do that, how am I supposed to rip your idea off? Because I have all the Discworld miniatures and no fucking reason to use them in anything. Literally all of them. There's not a fucker I don't own.
Yes, Jill, we all want to know why.
Yes.
Gates of
Mordor. He just said Mordor. Oh, right, okay. I've seen you building those. They were all 3D printed. And sure, you had to stop because you were 3D printing stuff. Is like Justin going, I didn't have any hobby this week because I was tidying the studio. Well, but that's your work. Your hobby is what you do when you're not at work. Likewise, making the Gates of Mordor, they were sitting on a 3D printer for 18 hours or however long it takes. What were you doing when they were sitting on that printer? Why were you not painting Discworld miniatures? I fucking hate you.
No, I just had an idea.
Yes.
There's a used bookstore online I like to frequent very often.
Yes.
Sadly, Kobolds and Cobblestone currently out of stock.
Oh.
Let me put that on my notification list. This goes on the list.
Yeah. Tell us what it's like, because I've never got around to getting a copy of Ewok. I'm fascinated to see. I think it's one of the only books out of the first 27. Yeah. No, that's not right, because I've got some more out next door. I think I've got about 30 of those blue books, almost all sequentially, and Kobolds and Cobblestone is the only fucker I don't have.
That's a coincidence.
Yeah. How weird is that? That's why I keep looking at it going, I should buy this. And I go, I can't be arsed. Blah, blah, blah. Will my Xenos rampant. Blah, blah, blah. I
How
had a
does
date. Blah, blah, blah.
Osprey go
It
about
uses
having?
random movement. Hang on, no, just fuck you. Oh, just
How
take.
does Osprey go about sizing of books? Do they all have the same spine height? Or
Yeah. Let me just grab a handful.
that's lovely then. I love
That,
that.
that's why
I
they
just love
called
that.
the blue book section. Although you will notice not all of the font size is the same. So A Billion Suns is a different size from every other fucker on there. Which is really annoying because there's no reason for it to be smaller. It could have been the same size as all the others. You can't see these, but I'm telling you, A Billion Suns is smaller. Now, maybe that's a homage to the fact that you can use any size for Billion Suns.
It's the wrong scale.
Yeah. Maybe that's their little nod to the scaling issues of A Billion Suns to let people know in advance that it doesn't have a scale.
They knew in advance what question would crop up the most, and it would be about scaling.
Yep. However, Absolute Emperor does it as well. And Heroes, Villains, and Fiends, the 3A supplement for In Her Majesty's Name, is a weird shade of blue and different. The font size is the same, but it's not bolded. So I just think sometimes people forget to do shit like set it to Arial 11 bold. So I think those are just like Arial 9, and that one was Arial 11, not bold. I think that's just how that goes.
Yeah, so, because that's the thing that really annoys me. You collect a series of books, and one of them just is made wrong on purpose.
Have you ever seen the Monk TV show?
Yes, I know. I've watched it religiously when it was
Right.
new.
So Monk is about a former police officer who has, after his wife's murder, suffered from a breakdown and obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah, but he had that disorder before his wife was killed. It just got way worse.
Yes.
Because she was the person in his life who made him able to walk around and be a living, function people.
Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night, I suppose. But we're aware of the fact that he is a detective with OCD. That is the important part.
Yeah.
I would now like you to click on this link. And weirdly, these are German versions of the DVD. However, this was all of the DVDs. So this was seasons 1 to 7 of Monk. And notice how season 7, they've changed the orientation of where the fucking photograph is. That has to be deliberate.
It has to be.
There's no way they did that and didn't realize what the fuck they were doing.
That must be deliberate. There can't be any other reason.
Yeah. Hilarious, though.
I love the episode where the whole city is slowly being covered in waste material because there's a strike, and then he gets to be put into a ultra clean room from some PC manufacturer, and then he's just sitting there being, can I stay here forever?
I tell you what, the weirdest thing was, because I rewatched an episode of Monk a couple of months ago, and you know how there's the captain who's on his side, brings him back in as the consulting detective.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting watching it, and I watched Monk when it came out, and it wasn't until I rewatched it and I wasn't looking at the screen, I was doing something else and heard the voice, and I went, I know that voice, and turned round. Do you know what I'm going to say?
No?
The detective from Monk is Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Would you fuck me?
Oh no,
I'd
he's
fuck
not.
me. Ba-dow,
Oh
ba-dow.
god.
Crazy horses. It is. It fucking is. Because once I heard the voice, I'm going, hang on. And then I looked at him, and he's got a tash now, and his hair is like fucking receding and comb over.
It's the mustache that's
The
hiding
mustache hides
completely.
it. Yes. And I watched Monk when it came out all the fucking time and never put two and two together. And then, like 2 months ago, I just heard his voice and thought, put the lotion in the basket.
Oh god, that you know what? That makes a real good actor if you really can't.
Yeah, you can't tell him from one role to the next. Yeah, it's good.
It's unlike.
She puts the lotion on her skin, or else Monk goes out of the room again.
we bring Monk into the room again.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. How did we end up here?
Tonka Dreams.
Well, you blame your Tonka beans.
I
Oh,
will.
God. Yeah, I think I either need to rewatch Monk now or Silence of the Lambs.
Both. Why not both?
In alternating. Have a season of Monk, have Silence of the Lamb, have another season of Monk.
I just need to go there, and then we go here and go.
Oh god.
Yes, because you can't stop me. Then I go. I don't want the album. I just want that fucking song. Other cans. And on this note, folks, good night.
I am. Oh, it's Spotify. Spotify doesn't work for me.
Banana, 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 banana.
Go away. I don't want cookies. I can't play the. Let's go.
It's all right. It's just a Goodbye Horses single that Buffalo Bill dances to.
Oh, okay. Goodbye, horses. And on that note, thanks for being here. See you again.
Did you
next
fuck
week,
me?
And,
I'd fuck me.
help. Bye.